heard about Java Island? If you have not heard of Java Island, then I don't know what island you live in. It's your girl Aisha Wells, and you guys have been doing awesome with Hot of the Press. You've been following all our content, interactive, and I really appreciate that. But here's what I need all you to do. I need you to go to YouTube right now and search Hot of the capital D Press and click the notification bell, like and subscribe, and tell your friends to be part of what's happening. You don't want to miss what's gonna go down on Java Island. And Aisha Wells, I have to laugh. At the time I was on radio, called the police. Some persons with tear gas. Now, apologize.
Java is here, and so HODP Network is about to take the energy right up, way up.
Mr. Bartholomew, to yourself and the team of Patrice.
Shows, giveaways, laughter, and vibes.
So basically what happened was, I love
The new age of media with all of our announcers and DJs. Buckle up as we get ready to take you on a ride like never before to Java Island, where new age media comes alive.
Shut up. I want to give my man a hit and run. I giving him a hit and run. No. What do you mean no?
It's going to be hot.
That is not your business.
Let me take a break.
Off deep press.
What do you look for?
What
are you looking for?
A woman, like I said, that's not going to be promiscuous, a woman that's going to be consistent, a woman that has a career and things going for herself, because I had the same thing going for me, as well. I don't need a woman to give me her money or anything. I'm just looking for devotion and some loyalty.
Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays for The Aisha Wells Show on the HODP Network.
Looking for the perfect preschool for your little ones? Welcome to Growing Professionals Academy, nurturing young minds from ages 2.5 to 5. Located in Bon Air Gardens, Arouca, we offer a warm environment with intimate class sizes for personalized attention. Our qualified, caring teachers are dedicated to fostering a love for learning. With convenient before care and after care services, plus sibling packages, we support busy. Our extracurricular activities include arts, crafts, music, dance, and more. Enroll your Professionals Academy and watch them grow into confident, capable young professionals. Growing Professionals Academy, shaping the future, child at a time. Contact us via call 786-5507 or Instagram at Growing Professionals Academy for more information.
Can you sing, dance? Got a dance crew, act, monologues, poetry, play an instrument, do stand-up comedy? We Entertainment in collaboration with Zouk Nightclub, Nice Nation Records, and K Insignia welcomes you every last Wednesday in the month starting from Wednesday 31st July. We Talent Search. First prize, 1,000 free studio time with Nice Nation Records. Producer Dyke Pereira. Artist press kit that will be put together by K Insignia. Second prize, press kit and hamper. Third prize, 1 bottle of punchin on behalf of Zouk Nights Club. 2 free dance sessions with U4U Dance Organization. Registration starts at 7 p.m., 2 hours before showtime. Zouk Nightclub. Or register in advance, WhatsApp 59727. Registration fee $40. Call or message for more info. Show starts 9 p.m. sharp, hosted by Lily Love and co-host Big Pete. Social media coverage by HODP Network. They are also looking for potential candidates for their ongoing series singles.
All political parties, the election bell has rung. We're starting our election platform packages. Do you want to hear your political speeches? Meetings on our network? Email us at HODPnetwork.
Nails by Olu. Welcome to our salon. We look forward to giving you an experience you'll never forget. Come for your nail treatments. Choose your colors, shape, length, and design. It's all up to you. We look forward to pampering you. We do manicures, pedicures, acrylics, and gel. Call us today at 476-7114 or visit our social media pages. TikTok at Oluseyi Davis, Facebook and IG at JudeNails_by Olu.
Every Thursday, 8 p.m., catch Daddy's Maybe on the HODP network featuring Smitty and Joshua Alexander. You don't want to miss it, 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 to miss it.
If you was to take me one place, where would you take me on a first date?
I rather more do like a picnic or something in Palmies.
In where, Palm?
Palmies.
Oh.
Get ready for Java Singles.
Hey, this summer we outside, so exams done. For real, finally. Time to get crazy out there. We gonna be Java Island though. Of course. How much people gonna be there anyway? Outside. We in the push here. Everybody know what Java. Come now. Boss. Everybody. I can tell you right now that boy coming up. You ready? He know what Java. No, we bet. Yeah, bet. Go back there now. He know what? The press having this whole big segment and we the youths of Hot of the Press, we got
children now play games so we try to go in places like Morocco.
Cause movies, we are moving.
At Corporate Realty, outs are ready and able to provide you with quality real estate services. We understand your needs and find you that perfect apartment or house rental that you have been looking for. Our range of services include property sales, property purchases, property management in both the residential and commercial areas. Give us a call today at 741-9712.
It's Charm on the beat.
7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday, and close on public holidays. We sell phone cases, iPhone 6 to 15 Pro Max, Samsung A1 to A74, and S8 to S24 Ultra. We sell tempered glass, iPhone 6 to 15 Pro Max, and Samsung A1 to A74, A8 to S24 Ultra. Sell cases and glass tablets, accessories, station, photocopy, printing, cell phones and tablets. We also sell speakers. For more info, call 270-7072. Email webustech@gmail.com or follow us at webustech on Instagram and Facebook.
It's Charm on the beat.
Zia Trucking Services Limited. Every size of truck for every size of job. Safety is ensured on all trucks. Bins available. Zia Trucking Services Limited. We move A to Z with ease for the best, safest, and most reliable transport service. Contact us at Zia Trucking Services Limited at gmail.com. Telephone 487-0477, 473-4122, or 483-8741. Or visit us on Instagram at Zia Trucking Services Limited. Zia Trucking Services Limited. We move A to Z with ease.
The views of callers are not the views of the management and staff of HODP Network.
So let me start off by saying a very special good evening to you, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Top of the evening to those of you logging us on right now via the World Wide Web. Whether you're listening to me on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, or on Zeno, wherever you are listening to my voice, I say thank you so much for choosing me. My name is Aisha Wells, and I'm in your company until 9 p.m. this evening. You know what I ask you to do every single time you tune in. All I ask you to do is to like the video, share the live, let people know that we're here. Get those numbers up, tag people in the live if you need to. Tonight we're discussing crime and the public safety. You don't want to miss out on this discussion. I'm going to go over to social media right now and shout out those of you already on the live. So if you want to be shouted out, I suggest you get over to your favorite viewing spot. I'm on Facebook right now, and Agnes Roach is here. Agnes, how are you today? She says, good evening, Aisha Wells. I am listening to the program as usual. Thank you so much for all your support, Agnes. June McLeod says, night, Aisha. Nighty night, June. Good evening to LJ Lazama, to Miguel Lee, to Cher Raquel, to Natalie Jack, to Lynn Lee Ayen, and the entire crew. Paul Saran is on the live. Paul says, I want to be on the balloon pop. Well, Paul, you know what you need to do? You need to link up. Maria Smart, how you doing, my darling? Hope you're having an awesome evening. Like the video, share the live, let people know that we are here. So let me go over to YouTube very quickly, see who's on the YouTube chat. Good evening to those of you viewing us on YouTube, like Green Leaf Creeper, Donna Ramlo Chan. Good evening to Mark Brown, to YouTube. Blessed evening to Mova Defender, to KFC, to Kunji, to Tabakit. Big up yourself to Maury, to Reporter. And to those of you that continue to lock us down, I say thank you so much for choosing me. Like the video, share the live. I see Gemma Chapman just logged on. She says, good night, Queen, and to all on the live. So we're discussing crime. We literally came out of the bloodiest weekend that I can remember for 2024. We saw a total of 17 to 18 murders this weekend. And what appears to be a failed approach to dealing with crime and the public safety. What do we do? Where do we go from here? So I asked a question on my Facebook page earlier today, and it was a question based on the Express poll. Would you support a state of emergency? And when I tell you, people weighed in on the answers, and I want to share some of it with you before I pull up some video footage of the horror we continue to face here in Trinidad and Tobago. So when I asked the question that was posed by the Express today, the question was, dear Express reader, do you support a limited curfew in TNT? Well, according to the kid Billy, yes. Megan Francis says ASAP. Verlin Roberts says, it won't make a difference. We already under a curfew. We can't gather or hang out. We can't get caught outside whether day or night. We have to be inside all the time because of this crime situation. So tell me whether we're in a curfew or not. 12 people actually liked her comment. Trisha Bernard says no. People have to change their evil ways first. 3 people liked her comment. Nadia Jack says curfew and the bars will still open with people locked up inside. Kevin Road says no. The way I can support this is if they use it on a really go after the criminals, both white collar and gang members. James Joseph says no. What we have to come to understand is that this is 2024 and we have laws from 1962. Once that fund change, government will come and government will go, and crime is one thing that no one can really control. Because somebody wants to kill our next person, you can't tell the police commissioner or the army personnel to stop it. What we need is a complete overhaul of our justice system and the prison system. So we have a place to start with. Kim George says yes. I support a state of emergency. Monty Norris says putting plaster on a sore. He's laughing, so he means he's not in support. Neville Cowlesser Jr. says we want a general election, not a state of emergency. Time gone for that. Conspiracy Matt says all your politicians and the criminals need a good planners because all you do is confusing people. Stacy McCannell says curfew ain't stopping no bandits. I am sure of that. Melvin Samsudeen says it should be, but how the bar and the club owners going to live? Debbie George says yes, I could do it a state of emergency right now. While Mala Muhammad says we don't need a curfew, we are under that already. Would that make a difference, shooting taking place in broad daylight? Joanne Bellamy says no, it will affect my bread and butter. Kyrene Frederick said if this is the only suggestions we have to brazen criminal activity throughout our country, which has been a plague for years, then all is really lost. Is there anyone willing to give proper governance? Michael Williams says, what I support is placing an area where a murder occurs on curfew for 2 weeks. By curfew, I mean 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. roadblocks at full entrance and exit points. Full police and army presence with sniffer dogs. Stop every car. Ask for every ID. When illegal drugs and criminals can't move about freely as they want, crime will drop. Roshni Lachman says yes. Paula Adams says, I support it. Bernice Nandalal says yes. Trudy Lewis says yes. Leveler Boschik says yes. Zora Karim says yes. Kathy Sami says, what will that do? When the curfew, they kill it in the morning, lunchtime, evening, what the hell will that do? Shoops, women thieving, books, children disrespectful. I don't see a state of emergency making a difference. While Ricky Ramnarayan says all that is needed is proper intelligence and sustained aggressive targeting, policing to criminals for a sustained period. You need to target them day and night. He says better to incur some time, overtime to pay the effort rather than PR that will eventually cost the nation much, much more money. Proper strategic planning and operations to retake the soul of the nation must be a priority. Make up our minds for criminals dying in confrontation with officers. Anda Beckles says yes, while Shanae Martin says yes. Joseph Moses say not going to happen. Those Syrians not taking no loss of sales. While Trinidad Spy says yes, ASAP. Nikita Smith says, well, it would be a 24 hours curfew because I'm pretty sure they're killing people in the day. They robbing and kidnapping in broad daylight. 12 people liked her comment. While Margaret Thomas says, oh no. D. Paul says a curfew without reforming the judicial system would result in avoidable loss of revenue, freedom, opportunity. Theories support would argue that they deter criminals off the street, but it only creates further opportunities for criminals to thrive based on the routines of cybercrime, lack of law enforcement, resources. I could go on and on. It starts with judiciary, and we need to have a SOE there. Paula Adams says our justice system have failed. Indra Singh says, yes, as fast as possible. While Sabrina Anastaso says yes, Alex Ali says yes, Jerome Haynes says no, Mohammed Janelle says yes, Marlon Samlal says, well, allow the guns and drugs to come in freely, and when things get out of hand to inconvenience the entire country for their incompetence, call a SOE, make it make sense. Darren Cipero says, yep. Denise Cooper says, hell no. Paula Adams says, our political leaders have failed us. While Nkosi Didier says, curfew for what exactly? The murders not only happening at night, it's a waste of time. We need more officers and army on the ground, not playing cards, and they're not drinking. Masling Ned says no. We're going to ask you that question on our YouTube page right now. We need you to weigh in. That's the question. Go up and vote. If you have the opportunity to go over to YouTube, search Hot or D capital D Press on the YouTube, and you can vote on our poll. Of course, we show the comments of the poll on the screen as well as give you the results. Let me share with you some video footage of what happened over this bloody weekend. Them to drive forward and crashing into the glass place of the establishments while bullets hail. The gunman jumps into their vehicle and drives off. This occurred on Sunday, 12 past 12, lunchtime on a Sunday. The question we're asking you tonight, would you support a state of emergency? I read for you all the answers that I got earlier today when sharing Express's poll to the citizens of this country. They don't know what to do. Some citizens are willing to give up their freedom just to be able to address the murder situation. You see people sitting as usual with their families in Pizza Boys on the Sunday while these young men walk out with their stuff, heading into their vehicle, not knowing they would not even be alive to partake of what they just bought. It is a serious situation. I want to get your thoughts on the issue. Tonight, the number we are using is 476-7114. Not 115. 115 is down. We are using 476-7114. I'm going to put it up on the screen for those of you who want to get in right now. Would you support a state of emergency immediately? Well, Wendell McIntosh on Facebook says the only thing to fix our problem is a political one. Ricky Williams says things sweet in Trinidad because everyone loving it. Nobody is out in the streets protesting. While Janelle Bikhari says, sure, the 1% not taking no losses, they're not going to support a state of emergency. Would you support it? The numbers to reach me tonight, 476-7114. That's 476-7114. We're asking the question on our YouTube page. Would you support a state of emergency? So far, 9 people have voted on YouTube, and 56% of you said yes, while 44% of you said no. People are willing to give up their freedom to address the crime. After the video went viral of the shooting in Canupia, another video went viral of what appears to be a gang claiming responsibility for the triple homicide. Bring that video back to the top for me if you can. So the criminals are so brave that they are driving back to their destinations without fear and having time to get home to make a video to put it on social media as to let everybody know who they are and what they would have done. Are you scared enough? Would you support a state of emergency? That's what we're asking you this evening. Feel free to voice note us or call us 476-7114. Send us your voice notes to that number. WhatsApp calls only. Our lines are open. We are taking your calls. Kerwin Harrington says, those guys who got killed, I'm wondering who they killed last week. Well, we don't know. We don't know. I used to think that there are a series of serial killers running around Trinidad and Tobago until I realized that everybody and the mother have access to a gun. Kerwin. And there are a lot of revenge killings taking place all over the country. It appears to be either Duncan or Nelson. I don't know. But the apartments look like it. The lines are open. We are taking your calls. We would definitely want to hear from you. Would you support a state of emergency? Remember, the numbers I'm using tonight is 476-7114. 476-7114. I am back on my poll right now on YouTube. And thank you guys so much for those of you voting on YouTube. 64% of you says yes, I would support a state of emergency. Take away my limited freedom, I don't mind. While 36% of you said no. When you voice note or you call in, tell us why you voted the way you did. Why do you want a state of emergency? Yes or no? Let's show them some more videos. We have a lot. This was a murderous weekend. On Friday evening, while we leaving the studio here, gunshots like rain around the bridge. 2 persons lost their lives. 3 people shot. One of them a child. Went to buy a burger. Did not make it back home. The other one, an innocent young man, very active in the community, not known to the police. What are we doing?
There's a jungle out here, boy.
The gunmen that carried out this killing also got away. We have footage of them escaping into the hills of Laventille, just a stone throw away from where the murders occurred. And when they got up into the hills, what they did was shocking. They opened fire on the police. That's the video you're looking at now. One scared resident of Laventille tried to peep through his window to tape what happened. What you see is 2 police jeeps pull up alongside the car that was involved in the shooting. Gunmen exited the car and ran off into the hills. Well, listen to what you heard after.
Fucking this here, boy.
the police started to run back to their vehicles, retreating because they did not have enough manpower to battle with those guys with high-powered guns. Have you had enough as yet? Would you support a state of emergency? That's the question I'm asking this evening. Stella Afford says, I am not there, so I cannot make that call. While Janelle Bekari says, yes, Aisha, I am in favor of it. Remember, if you're viewing us on YouTube, you can vote. We have a poll running on YouTube right now. 60% of you said yes. I will support a state of emergency to attack the criminal elements head on, while 40% of you said no. Voice note me right now. Let me know how you feel about it. Would you support a SOE? Let me know. What you're seeing now is video footage of murders, a murder that occurred on the weekend. Coming out of the weekend, 17 murders, just headshots. That's all we get in. All we get in is young black men dying. Young men dying. We had a murder this weekend of a businesswoman from South exiting Toyota compound. We heard, according to the media, it was a robbery. We don't know. Are you safe? Are you fed up yet? Would you support a SOE? Lawrence Richards says, I remember in 2010, Rowley told Kamala, if the government can't control crime, they are part of the problem. Rowley needs to call the election now. Chanel Bekari says, just how they did the loss of income for the COVID season, I think it could happen, so the less fortunate may still be available to feed their families, but we need a state of emergency. Without strategy, it could cause more problems. The lines are open. We are taking your calls. Remember, the number we're using tonight is 476-7114, not 7115 like we are accustomed using. Do not voice note or call that number. This is the number that we're using this evening. It's 476-7114. Send the voice notes to that number, call that number. Let's go. Seeing now is a murder that occurred, a robbery of a gyro outlet on Sunday after 2 in the morning. Good evening to Stella Afford. She says, Aisha, this is Pamela Gillard. Hi, hon, you changed your profile. So pay attention. What you're seeing here is the workers. There, you know, some of these gyro spots go all night into the morning, so they're there plying their trade when a robbery occurred. Robbery happening. Spanish nationals apparently are the perpetrators. So we're bringing the Spanish to the country thinking that we are assisting them, and some of them getting involved in criminal activity. The lines are open. Let us take this call. Caller, you there?
Yes, good evening, Aisha Wells. Aisha Wells, no, I don't support a state of emergency.
Go ahead, caller. I can hear you.
I don't support a state of emergency. I support an election to be called.
Tell us
because, why. Right. The first rule of our government and the first thing about government is to keep the citizens safe. Right?
Right.
And the Prime Minister take time out of his busy schedule to condemn the shooting of Donald Trump and all these murders happening in the country and had nothing to say. I think we need an election. State of emergency can help you no more. And the second thing, Ms. Erla Christopher, who the Prime Minister said he has confidence in, said she did not lose the war on crime. Aisha, how many people have to die before she realized we lost the fight against her?
Caller, can I ask you a question?
No problem.
Because I know wisdom is sometimes found in the simplest of places, right? How do you think we could put a handle on this crime? How do you think it could be done?
Aisha, with all due respect, I am not being paid for that. The authorities know what's going on. Aisha, let me ask you this question. Let me ask you back a question.
Okay.
These gunmen shooting back behind the police, right?
Right.
You from Laventille, I from Laventille. Where that step, don't call the name, but okay, that step leads to a few places. I say yes or no?
Yes, it does.
Right, so it leads to a few places in Laventille, right? Only a few.
Only a few.
Why wasn't these few places locked down?
And
we all know where it was leading to.
Understood.
So don't ask me what to do, Aisha. I'm not being paid for that. Let me pray. That is my suggestion. Let us pray.
Well, then that is the suggestion of you and the commissioner who is being paid.
Right. Remember when I called your program, I told you stop giving the National Security Minister money and give the churches. Everybody is condemning crime. The pastor, the pundit, the MSJ, everybody condemning crime. But the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago condemning the shooting of Donald Trump, who is still alive. Aisha, you know what makes this real sad? You know what makes this very, very sad? All these murders happen over the weekend, right?
Right.
And we are still finding to blame the UNC. The UNC say blood go flow in the streets if they lose. This is what we blaming for crime, you know. Big hardback men and women taking the money on the phone and blaming somebody who was out of power 9 years now. You think we can ever fix this problem if we not bring into accountability the people who need to be accountable? How would they change? How would they change if we are still supporting the wrongs? Aisha, do you remember when Section 34 came out?
Oh, yes.
Just now, slow down. Slow down, because I can remember you go there. Section 34 had nothing to do with the safety and security of the people in Trinidad and Tobago. It didn't have nothing to do with 18 murders, right? Aisha, I can remember you out on the street protesting. So where Red Army, Aisha, gone? Aisha, I don't need an answer. I don't need an answer. I'm just asking the question. You don't need to answer. Where is the Red Army? Where is the activist who was, I was by the parliament? I came out and protest because Aisha Wells called me out. I can never forget that day. UNC put up a screen. When Kamala finished talk, they take down the screen. I cussed down the place. Where's those same people today? And I don't need to answer, Aisha, because I know how they deal with you. You know they run you from Bali's house. So I don't want you to answer, Aisha. I don't need you to answer. Because I can remember everybody at your program, we loved you, Aisha, until you went up our seat. Everybody remember what nastiness you do, and what kind of woman you is, and what you do, and how much foul your teeth, and how much rat you catch. Because you went up for a post. So they only love you to talk on the radio. So I want you to answer, Aisha. Well, let me talk. I don't support a state of emergency. I support an election. Because the Prime Minister said, while he was in opposition, If the government cannot deal with crime, they are part of the problem. Where's that statement now? Enjoy your night.
Thank you so much. Wayne Brown says, we're resembling Haiti 15 years ago. What's next? Something must be done ASAP. Lawrence Richard says, what the people who Rowley allowed in by the thousand, watch them. Watch what the Spanish are doing. Stella says, boy, you have one vote. Be careful what you ask for. Look into my eyes, says, good point. Janelle Bihari says, election time. Let me see who else is there. Stephen Charles says, the extent of slayings is caused by low self-esteem. We need promoters who bring in top artists. They should allow them to allocate a portion of the profit to enhance education, which will help eliminate poverty and ultimately reduce crime. That is Stephen Charles's contribution. Let's play the voice note.
Hi, good night, Aisha. Aisha, that guy's contribution was good enough, but I would like him to give a solution to not only point out the wrong. But hi, good night, Aisha. Aisha, that guy's contribution was good enough, but I would like him to give a solution to not only point out the wrong. But if you can help the country in any way possible, I think you should do that. Give solution to. But I really and truly, Aisha, the commissioner of police should get up and do her job. Do what she's getting paid for. I think that is the problem. Them too comfortable in office and get extension and crime going up. Nah, man, square peg in wrong hole. I don't want no state of emergency to handbug me when I want to go my places. I don't want that. Because me, I ain't doing nothing to deserve that. Whoever deserving them thing, let the commissioner put things in place and deal with that. Don't inconvenience me because of them stupidness.
Thank you so much, Murray. Thank you for answering the question. Troy Smith says, Aisha Wells, you have us in this situation because Father Manning warned us. Don't forget those of you who are voting right now. The question we're asking on YouTube, would you support a state of emergency? 56% of you said yes, while 44% of you said no. I am back on Facebook right now, and you guys continue to send those comments and share the live. Liking how we're looking so far. Thank you guys so much for being here. Tag somebody in the live. We're talking about crime. Are you tired as yet? Would you support a state of emergency? That's the question we're asking. The question was asked earlier today, and this is how some of you answered. Let me read your comments. Demorius Horsley, aka Tabakit, says yes, yes, yes. Mario Edwards says yes, as a short-term measure provided that it will be efficiently administered to deal with the immediate problem in accordance with the Constitution, so that people's rights will not be violated, save and provided for a state of emergency. Fabrice de Francois says curfew, state of emergencies, etc. cannot be the answer to crime. This has been proven time and time again. Crime is a social issue that is a symptom of a much deeper issue and end results in a desperate, neglected, and hopeless people. Too many square pegs in wrong holes. Ill-informed thinking methods continue to lead, and decisions for the population that continue not to reap rewards of national interest. Richard Joseph said, well, 50 years limited curfew may be effected with the hope that the curfew sweeps the criminals will be old enough to commit crimes after they reach 50. He's just being sarcastic, people. Frank says life is more important than a business sector lockdown. Lock down the country. Antoinette Allen says yes. Anthony Ayum says yes. Suri Murad says yes. Savita Murad says yes. Karen Mahabir Singh says yes. Maggie Abdul says yes. Tara Ali says yes. Christine Chen says yes. Geeta Lewis says yes. Ellie Mae says yes. Angel Maxim says yes, I will support a state of emergency, while Sharida Guinness says yes. Christine Mutilal says yes. Mohini Narayan says yes. Shalini Rambachan says yes. Sidra Ramarak says yes. Kim Joseph says yes. Henry says yes. Denzel Evening says yes. Hema Singh says yes. Azlika Joseph says yes, yes. Fareed Ali says yes. Chase Edwards says 100%. While Kalicharan Sukraj says yes. Chandra Singh says I agree with one. Joey Elliott says we need more peace polls, being sarcastic. Kamla Budram says yes. Carmen Sicharan says yes, it must start from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Carmen is also giving a time to start the SOE. Lita Jatan Singh says yes, 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 lock down the place. Send us those voice notes. We are using this new number on the screen, 476-7114. 476-7114. Feel free to call us. Would you support a state of emergency coming out of 17 murders this weekend? Are you fed up as yet? Ronnie Mark says 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. should be curfew time. Mark Racklal says yes. Roger Joseph says yes. Paul Douglas says no. It should be about 2 years, not limited. Just lock down the place, na man. Crystal says we need stricter punishment for criminals who are caught and convicted. Set an example. Don't mind them in jail. Let them face consequences of their actions so those who intend to go against the law would think twice. All you're playing with these criminals. Elsa McHenry says no curfew necessary. If the Minister of Security and all in charge will do their jobs without fear or favor and clean up the place, the police and all could get clean up if they are involved. Josephine says give citizens guns to defend themselves since the authorities are unable to do so. Ryan Steinberg Jr. says we had a curfew for 2 years and still this government can't control crime. A full-blown state of emergency is needed to complete lockdown in hotspot areas. Let's play the voice note.
Good night, Aisha. I support a state of emergency. The reason why I support a state of emergency is that the government don't have no control over crime. Every day, it's a war zone out there. Half of them fellas cannot shoot. So which means collateral damage will be high, which means my family's life is in danger. The police and them, not really doing anything for us. But then again, when you think about it, they're just taking instructions from the hierarchy. Right? So they rather just to give tickets and things of that nature. We need a state of emergency.
That's the voice of the youth. People are willing to give up their freedom to solve crime. I have never seen so much of our citizens beg for a state of emergency. They're literally begging for it. Natalie Ben, all these are comments I'm reading from a poll asked on Facebook. Natalie Ben says, actually, I do support a state of emergency. At least citizens will feel safe, even if it's for a few hours. I don't sleep peaceful at night. Nicola Farah says, bring on everything possible, whatever could help. I don't mind. Gerald Fletcher says, we can have a state of emergency with no curfew or any restrictions for economic activity. Let's take the caller on the line. Caller, you're live.
Good night, Queen.
Hey, how you doing, KFC?
What's the question, Axel?
Would you support a state of emergency?
No, that will make no difference. With all that shooting, they will never tight policing and go and lock down the areas and root out them criminals and them.
Let me ask you a question, KFC, you saw the video with them fellas up on the hill shooting back at the police?
Yeah.
Do you think the police have the firepower to handle them kind of guns them boys out they have?
No, but look at the army join the push away the army and them man go up there. All about 2-3 in the morning and lock down the place and root them out.
Okay.
You know, Silas Singh was alive. All 2-3 in the morning, Silas Singh on a bed, the whole of until lockdown, you know. A state of emergency, you know, the Prime Minister calling the state of emergency, not that post that I see CMC3. And they asking that same question, they asking about 5 people saying, tell the government to call an election. People fed up. The government do nothing about crime and stuff. So I think I would have failure. You have a call election. I look to understand.
I hear you, KFC. Thank you so much. Harun Bass says, limited curfew is not the solution. Better governing is the solution. Denicia says yes. Ambika Badlal says yes. Sami Basdio says yes. Tariba Mohammed says yes. Sparkle Das says we need to have crusades and start preaching the gospel. Men need the fear of God and we need to keep his commandments. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live. Caller, you there?
Hello, good night, Aisha Wells.
Hey, welcome, Brooklyn. How you doing?
I am great. I am fine. And good night to all your listeners and viewers. Aisha Wells, you see, we had to stop playing games in Trinidad and Tobago because the Prime Minister bring more Spanish in the country so the soldiers and them could be tired to do their work because the soldiers and them on a Friday used to be down in town there by Copacabana somebody every Friday night, and when done they're tired. So over a weekend, they're tired. The soldiers and them can't work. And Fitzgerald Hines know exactly where them steps is in Laventille. Fitzgerald Hines know where them boys run. He know where house they run into. Because Fitzgerald Hines used to walk through all them places and all his Rasta and his love. And Fitzgerald Hines today is the Minister of National Security. And he know them boys and them mother and thing too. When he go to get them CPAP and URP. You understand? So no big state of emergency at to call. I mean, it's better for people to give up some freedom than have to give up their lives. Right? So it's better. But why would the PNM call a state of emergency when the PNM created this problem in Trinidad and Tobago? The person who created the problem is not the person we have to lean to solve the problem. And that is what everybody getting tied up with. The PNM created this problem we have in here. Why in God's name you would think that the PNM is going to fix it? It's not going to happen, Aisha. Rowley don't care if 30, 40, 50 dead. Right? But as Mova defender say, Donald Trump just get grace, but he run out on a press conference because he want to be seen. He want to be seen amongst the rest of the world. Right? That he talk about Donald Trump, but the rest of the world watching how we on dying. And Rowley don't care about that. I want Rowley to know, when he come and he tell me that they hired 2 killers to kill him. Right? The PNM don't talk about that. When Rowley come and lie to the citizen of Trinidad and Tobago and say that 2 killers, I don't know who day he was talking about, it must be the UNC, 2 killers to kill him. And Faris Al-Rari said that how the opposition, there's been linking with people in jail. The men in jail telling the opposition who to put as ministers. All them lies the PNM come and sell we. And all they running down this PNM still. I have all them clips. They can't sue me because I have them saying it. I have the video of them saying it. So they can't sue me. Rowley never locked up the people who wanted to kill him yet. After all these years. He become prime minister in his second term. Up to now he tell we the hired 2 to kill him. 1 come and tell we that he got a job to kill Kid Christopher Rowley. He tell somebody in the cabinet and the cabinet tell Rowley and Rowley tell the police. I said a Mickey Mouse thing in Trinidad and Tobago. And right now, it's we friends and family dying. Every week you have to go to a funeral. Your whole closet right now in Trinidad is black clothes, black clothes, black clothes. That is what we're watching at. State of emergency go fix it. They create the problem and they would not fix it unless an election is called and somebody coming to fix it. I rather Kamala come and lock up 20,000 a week for stop killing we. That's how I see it. Lock up 20,000 now so the PNM could talk, so that we children could stop dying. That's how I see it. I shall have a good night.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Brooklyn. I am back on YouTube and the poll is continuing. The question we're asking is, would you support a state of emergency? 57% of you said yes, I would support one, while 43% of you have no. Let's play the voice note.
I hear what people saying in terms of changing government, but changing government, I don't think that will work. The damage is already done. We need to put drastic measures in place to bring this place under submission. You understand? Everything has to be done with wisdom. You can't just change a government and think they were done between 6, 7, and 8, and 9. You understand what I'm saying? That don't make sense. What we need to do, we need to put measures in place. Measures in place right now, not tomorrow. Right now. And next thing too, the state of emergency will encourage those enforcers, or hopefully those policemen and women, to actually do their job, than they'll be out there and stripping us. Yes, I'm saying stripping us, because as according to Over Defender, you carry me a seatbelt ticket, right? And then I have guns and ammunition in my trunk, or right next to me. That's not making no sense, right? We need these men and women in these law enforcement positions to do their jobs. We need the army. They say the army is for. Well, we are under attack. We are, So right now, we are calling on the government to put things in place.
Let's take this call. Caller, you're live. Go ahead, caller. You're live.
Sister, good evening.
Hey, welcome.
How are you this afternoon?
I am
or
blessed.
This evening, sorry.
I am blessed.
This evening. You know, life has changed. This man that they call Brooklyn telling me we have to change. You don't live here. First thing, you don't live here, so you can't tell nobody in Trinidad. And he know what house. He know what house. Them men and them running to Hines and them know what house. Hines and them know what house where they walk. But where them just come out. But and you know the bro, and Hines know. So then if Hines know, then Hines supposed to go and lock up everybody. But how did us fathom this kind of garbage? If that is the case, then somebody in the community must know these people. Hey Aisha, how nobody in the community can come out and point out nobody yet? If we so upset and so frightened.
Vataria, would you support a state of emergency?
That's not going to solve after. So if I hold a state of emergency for 2 weeks, what's supposed to do in that 2 weeks? Running them fellas in them house in the night? I could do that now. I could do that. You see, was the whole idea about holding Christmas. If I was able to get some information from Christmas, I might have been able to solve that problem long time.
So what solution you would recommend we use now?
To solve the problem, we had to them a Gary Griffith. Somehow we had to lock down. Somehow the police had to lock down the communities. The problem is, like somebody said, the police making roadblock and they ain't holding nobody and all they doing is sharing ticket. Well, if I in a roadblock and a man texting on the phone and send a message and I was moving, I go stop move. I have a problem. Commissioner of Police, the job was vacant. Out of 13 or 14 high-ranking members of the police service, 11 failed, Aisha Wells. I have a corrupted police or members of the, I shouldn't say corrupted police service. I have members of the police service that I have issues with and I cannot fire them. That is why Gary Griffith formed that parallel police service. That is why the UNC brought in Gibbs and Iwatsky. That's why they, and until we ever going, if I keep him acting, I will get something better from him. Because they know what it is, the problem that we have. That was just revealed to us just recently. So how am I to solve the problem? If you observe Aisha Wells, the two main persons in the police service are now females, or the three of them are all females. And they're all females. Ask yourself why. There's a reason for that. That it just happened just so. Because there are trust issues among the police service to get them to react and do the right thing. I shall enjoy evening.
All right, Bartari, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much. Derek Baliram says the government have to immediately bring harsh penalties for people being involved committing serious crime in order to get control of the situation. Ayel Adams says, no. Why should my rights be affected because of the actions of deviants? The police should implement a second crime prevention plan instead of just putting all police stations on high alert. Shadra says no, because then we will have police policing law-abiding citizens to get inside their homes as opposed to fighting crime. The hours for crime would automatically adjust itself to the hours the law-abiding citizens are out and about, and its superficial way to curb crime whilst removing a chunk of the law-abiding citizens' rights between these hours. What we need is higher standard of living and a fair, more efficient police service. Let us get the voice notes.
Good night, Aisha. The bloodiest weekend in the world history. You know, doctor, them calling any stage of emergency. If all that murder going on under the UNC, right now the Red Army out there, the UNC don't care. They kill off the black children. How evil and hot as the PNN government is. Them not calling no state of emergency, Aisha. The PNM had to go. The evil and wicked.
Would you support a state of emergency? That's the question we're asking. According to our poll on YouTube, 55% of you said yes, I will support it, while 44% of you said no. We're going to go for a quick break. And when we come back, I'm going to read for you what our citizens are saying to this very same question. I'm going to take your voice notes on 476-7114, and I will take your phone calls. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Jewel Nails by Olu. Welcome to All Salon. We look forward to giving you an experience you'll never forget. Come for your nail treatments. Choose your colors, shape, length, and design. It's all up to you. We look forward to pampering you. We do manicures, pedicures, acrylics, and gel. Call us today at 476-7114 or visit our social media pages, TikTok at Oluseyi Davis, Facebook and IG at JudeNails_by Olu.
Every Thursday, 8 p.m., catch Daddy's Maybe on the HODP network featuring Smitty and Joshua Alexander. You don't want to miss it, 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 to miss it.
If you was to take me one place, where would you take me on a first date?
I rather more do like a picnic or something in Palm East.
And where Palm? Oh.
Get the 4 double singles.
They are we outside, so exams done. For real, finally. Time to get crazy. Job Island though. Of course. We but how much people we know. Everybody know what job. Come now. Oh boy. Here right now, that boy coming up.
We understand your need for that perfect apartment or house rental that you have been looking for. Our range of services include property sales, property purchases, property management in both the residential and commercial areas. Give us a call today at 741-9712.
It's German on the beat.
7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday and close on public holidays. We sell phone cases, iPhone 6 to 15 Pro Max and the Samsung A1 to A74 and S8 to S24 Ultra. We sell tempered glass, iPhone 6 to 15 Pro Max and Samsung A1 to A74 and S8 to S24 Ultra. Sell cases and tempered glass for tablets, accessories, stationery, photocopy, printing, cell phones and tablets. We also sell speakers. For more info, call 270-707. Email webustech@gmail.com or follow us at webustech on Instagram and Facebook.
It's German.
Zia Trucking Services Limited. Every size of truck for every size of job. Safety is ensured on all bins available.
Have you heard about Java Island? If you have not heard of Island, then I don't know what island you living on. It's your girl Aisha Wells, and you guys have been doing an awesome job with Hot Off the Press. You've been following all our content, you've been interactive, and I really appreciate that. But here's what I need all you to do. I need you to go to YouTube right now and search Hot Off the capital D Press and click the notification bell, like and subscribe, and tell your friends to be part of what's happening. You don't want to miss what's gonna go down on Java Island. And Aisha Wells, I have to laugh. At the time I was on radio, called the police. Some persons with tear gas. Now I want to apologize.
Java is here, and so HODP Network is about to take the energy right up, way up.
Mr. Bartholomew, to yourself and the paternity of Patrice.
With new shows, giveaways, laughter, and vibes.
So basically what happened was, I love
The new age of media, with all of our announcers and DJs. Buckle up as we get ready to take you on a ride like never before to Java Island, where new age media comes alive.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you to break. I'm telling you to break. No.
What you mean, no?
It's going to be hot.
That is not your business.
Let me take a break.
Off deep press.
What do you look for?
What
are you looking for?
A woman, like I said, that's not going to be promiscuous, a woman that's going to be consistent, a woman that has a career and things going for herself, because I had the same thing going for myself, as well. I don't need a woman to give me her money or anything. I'm just looking for devotion and some loyalty.
Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays for The Aisha Wells Show on the HODP network.
Here is a quick news update for TNT. Trinidad and Tobago faced a horrific surge in violence over the weekend, with the death toll rising to 16. Among the victims was Makeel Cox, who was shot and killed on Sunday evening along South Key in Port of Spain. This grim tally includes a shocking triple murder in Cunupia, where 3 men were found dead from gunshot wounds. The weekend's violent spree has left communities in fear and mourning, prompting urgent responses from law enforcement agencies. Police Commissioner Erla Harewood Christopher has placed all police stations on high alert, deploying increased patrols and heightened security measures, urging public vigilance and cooperation. However, citizens are currently fed up with the spate of murders and with the poor responses by government and the police as they turn to social media to express their views.
So a poll was done earlier today, and the poll question was, would you support a state of emergency? Well, I'm reading your comments right now on Facebook. Roshni says, no, that plaster on a sore. Get real solutions. The TTPS needs to weed out corruption. They need to weed out corrupt elements. Parliament needs to get their act in order to improve and amend existing laws to benefit the law-abiding citizens. And parents need the ability to properly parent their children without agencies turning up to take their children away. Could you put up some of the comments on YouTube on our screen? Remember, people are voting on YouTube for the very same question. Would you support a state of emergency? Reagan Chase says, yes, curfew parties are the best. Daniel Ramata says, we still firing Hines and Erla, are we? Leslie says, no. They have proven to be ineffective. Plus, crime is happening in broad daylight. What we need is better crime-solving strategies, quicker court times, and no bail for some offenses. Curtis Francis says, why not actually crack down on criminals rather than to pressure poor people? Ninth Prince says, it's the majority of people causing crime, so why the minority of people causing crime? So why the majority of citizens must suffer for the minority? The lines are open. We continue to take your calls and your voice notes. Please send them to 476-7114. That's 476-7114. We're taking voice calls and we are taking voice notes. Do we have the poll up on the screen? Let's get it out. Feel free to send us your voice note, 476-7114. That's 476-7114. All right, so those are how you guys are voting right now. Remember, you can go to Hot of the Press, capital D that is, and you can vote as well. Let me see. We have a voice note. Let's get it out.
Pleasant good evening, Mr. Aisha was in the same public. Aisha was but just come out from boy with them kind of political wild bat swinging kind of attitude you have that he making no sense. Baritaya still trying to deflect the issues at a stance that is the government. The government is the problem for the crime situation. The government can fix the crime situation any day. Right? The solution to the crime situation is in the law book. The judicial system can only act when the law is permitted. That's how it goes. Once the government make law, the same laws that they say that the UNC don't want to support all kind of thing. There are simple majority laws that the government can pass and deal with the crime situation. For example, right, camera footage being admissible in court. Why the government didn't pass that? Because the government didn't want to pass that because they want to see when they see they catch them certain big people, right? They record them catching them big hierarchies and them. The government them financial and friends when they're in the dirty hand, in the dirty deeds. You understand? That is the problem. They don't want to pass certain laws. You even need laws of them that can scoop up the scraping at the bottom of the barrel, which is the poor people them who fighting to make ends meet and doing crime. That is the problem by the time. By the time, you can't fool big people, you know. Or you can fool them long time, old granny and tell them, set that dream. No, when they can get to read our papers and all. The only thing that you say, listen and believe is what the politicians.
Thank you so much for sending. I want to show you guys the real effects of crime and what it has on a family with this post I want Robert and them to put up. So, Hunter Search and Rescue shared a link on their page 2 days ago asking people to donate to a GoFundMe for Shaquem Charles's children, Amara and Amir. Shaquem Charles is the TTRS driver that went missing and later turned up dead. According to the GoFundMe page started for the family, it says, help support the children of Shaquem Charles. It is with profound sorrow that we share the heartbreaking news of the untimely death of our beloved Shaquem Charles. Shaquem tragically lost his life to gun violence, leaving our family and the community devastated. Shaquem was a devoted father of 2 beautiful children, Amara and Amir. His love for them knew no bounds, and he worked tirelessly to provide for them with a bright future. Now these children face a world without their loving father. We are reaching out to you, our family, friends, and kind-hearted strangers to assist in supporting these children during this incredible difficult time. The funds raised will go directly towards their immediate needs and future expenses, which includes education, support. Let's take this call. I'll come back to reading the GoFundMe. Caller, you live? Caller, you live?
Hi, good night.
Good night.
I'm just calling to say, I've seen everybody voicing their opinion on crime and state of emergency that you put up there, the poll now. And I want to let the viewers and them know. Yes, we go have our opinions and really and truly, right? When we think about how the place set, right, in the Bible say that, things not going to get better now. Things going to get worse, right? So we could have how much plans and how much strategies we want to talk about and argue amongst ourselves and, say this politician ain't doing that and that politician ain't doing that and who party is the best and who party right and wrong. At the end of the day, if you don't hold your Bible up, if you don't kneel down and pray with your family and all these things, that is when it go and reach at your door. Right? We as a people have to start to see what is the real issue. The real issue is you not getting up on a morning and praying. You not praying before you go to sleep. That is the real issue. That is the strategy. The strategy is not about behind the desk with the people and them and saying, well, here is this put 5 police down there and we go put 6 police up here. Everybody had to come together and say, all right, boy, let me kneel long and pray before I go and sleep. Let me kneel long and pray when I get up with my family. You had to try to save yourself in this time. Because when the father coming, he ain't coming to ask Jim about what you do. He coming to ask you about what you do. You understand? So all you need to get all your act together.
Thank you so much for sharing. According to the family's GoFundMe post, educational support, ensuring they have access to quality education and opportunities for growth, counseling services, providing emotional and psychological support to help them cope with their immense loss, daily living expenses, assisting with the cost of daily necessities, and maintaining a stable home environment. Shakim's legacy of love and resilience would live on through his children, and with your help, we can honor his memory by ensuring that Amara and Amir have the support they need to thrive. No donation is too small. Every contribution is appreciated. If you are unable to donate, we ask that you please share this campaign on your network to spread the word. Caller, you live? Caller, you there?
Yes, I shall. I'll come back here because I'll talk to your last caller because he sound like a young man. He sound like if he made good sense start point. But my brethren, what is something? Since you know so much about God, right? And you also know prayer without works is dead. So when the law-abiding citizens pray any night and pray any morning, right? Are the gunmen going to pray? Oh boy, I don't know the time. I don't know what really is the real issue. The real issue is societal problems caused crime. We could pray from now till next year. The gunmen not praying. So when we pray, what going to happen? Them going to stop? Oh boy, think about what you say that you sound like a godly man. Prayers without work is dead. Enjoy your night, Aisha.
Thank you so much for sharing. Just to let you know, 62 people donated to the GoFundMe for Shakim's family. Let's get this voice note in.
Aisha, good evening again. You know what is strange? Kamala Prasad Bissasa and her organization made noise for Venezuelans to come to Trinidad. They made noise for Venezuelans trying to go to school. Well, remember that big protest? I think Kian all was involved in that. I don't know what become of he or she. And tonight, Brooklyn will come to tell you after we see, well, the gyro people, Aisha Wells, up to what date was appointed out that time and one by one. Everybody working inside, besides maybe the manager, who's a Syrian or a Lebanese or whatever, is Spanish. So what do you think what happened? Because if they trust them and they ain't trust me and you, the role just get reversal because they don't know nothing about them neither. Right? And a Spanish lineup a Spanish. That is all. So Brooklyn don't come here to say the government and the Prime Minister, Dr. Rowley, allow Venezuelan to come here. Who was making noise for them? Not all yourself. All yourself was making noise for them. We didn't want that. Now, this is the end result. And then the first one, just we have to catch this one on camera live. See the attire, well they're dressed? I sure enjoy it.
We have another voice.
Aisha Wells, you know, I want to ask Barta and all them PNM fanatics. I want to ask them one question for me, Aisha. Aisha, 9 years now, we're waiting on the laws for white collar crime. Aisha, where are the laws for white collar crime? Aisha, where are the laws for white collar crime? So the judiciary system, the justice system could be equitable, it can be balanced, it can be equal. Everybody facing the full blunt of the law, right? If I, as a poor man, steal from the state, if it had to be $200 million or $200,000, so be it. So likewise, if somebody from hierarchies or whatever, some MP from Parliament stealing money, 40,000, whatever, same fine attached to him, right? Or her. So Aisha, where are the white laws? Where are the white collar crime laws? Ever retire? Where are they?
The question we're asking via our YouTube is, would you support a state of emergency? Well, 58% of you said yes, while 42% of you said no. Continue to share the live on Facebook as I continue to read your comments in real time, to those of you who continue to answer the question. Patrice Hutching says the powers that be need to do their job. Curfew will not stop crimes being committed. Most crimes recently that's being committed are done in broad daylight. Simi says no, because that would deeply impact many creatives who work night shift and hospitality industry, including myself. People are being killed in broad daylight. So why do we need to disrupt people's lives with a state of emergency during nighttime hours? Rosalind Eugene says the problem is criminals. These lawyers are defending these criminals by getting them bail. We need to check the law system. Romario James says, y'all remember when it had a curfew and a SOE for the pandemic, but the criminals were killing people in the daytime because they were more likely to be stopped after curfew started? The prison officer was murdered in broad daylight right in front of his daughter, and the police car drove past not too long after. Curfew isn't going to fix anything. It's high time the root cause of these crimes be addressed instead of us finding these little symptoms. Richard Joseph says, please, what a backward suggestion. What is wrong with you guys? We do not need a state of emergency. We need a functioning judiciary. Troy James says, no, a curfew would only inconvenience the general public, that law-abiding citizens. It also is an economic business loss to the business community and the country's economy. There has to be another way to fight crime. Please let us think outside of the box. Cindy Ramdeen say, what the army doing? Call out the army. The lines are open. We are taking your calls, 476-7114. Send those voice notes as well to 476-7114. Joey says curfew does not stop crime. It only puts you in a position to get killed in the daytime. Sophia says citizens already under self-imposed curfew. We are not coming out. Nicholas Bihari says we the citizens want a place a citizen's arrest on Dr. Rowley and Hines and Imbert for not doing what they swore to do when we employed them. Let's get that voice note. Let's take the call and then the voice note. Caller,
the man that get locked up in the income tax or cost in the tax.
Pause the voice note. Let's take the call. Go ahead, caller.
You know what I want to say to Mr. Over Defender is that we had live in a society where we are known for racket now, right? Everything we do has racket, right? So to me, that is the main problem when it comes to solving crime. Because when men go behind the walls, right, we still getting the weed, we still getting the cigarette, we still getting the alcohols and all these things. And I was a person who was behind bars, right?
Let me ask you this question, caller. It's interesting you said that. How do you still get the weed, the cigarettes, and the alcohol behind bars?
Well, it don't know who we are man in jail.
Well, I know that.
Right? So the only way we gain them thing is if another human being like ourselves bring it in.
Well, that means the jail is a free for all. If people, human beings, could walk in the jail with alcohol, weed, and cigarettes, the jail is a free for all.
Well, money run the world, you know, right? Money run the world.
So if you have money, you could import these stuff into the jail. That's what you're saying?
You could import anything you want in jail.
Well, then those with the responsibility of securing the jail taken buyout.
Well, everywhere taken buyout because
I realize you're being very skeptical and careful with your words, and I would leave it there. But you go ahead. This is a very interesting topic. Go ahead.
So when you say, you know, crime could stop and thing, I know it can't stop. It can't stop. The only thing that can get in jail is a female to lie by the side of you.
So if you know what it is behind there, it means that once upon a time you walked that road. But you stop walking that road now because I don't think you're talking to me from behind bars, right? Or are you?
I'm not talking to you from behind bars.
Okay, good.
You know?
So which means you decided to walk the straight and narrow. So which means if a man wants, he could change.
Well, you see, it all depends on the person mindset. There are some persons who want to change, but they are not given the chance.
But who they have to get the chance from? Who they have to get the chance from? If they want to change, who they have to get the chance from? Who have to give them the chance? Don't they just wake up and say, I don't want to do this anymore?
Well, as I say, depends on your mindset, right? So, you know, I went and get a job. It was a little hard for me to get a job because I had to go to the police to get a certificate of character, and then the certificate of character have no wrongdoings.
Understood.
So when I present my thing to the employer, well, we can't accept you and so on and whatever. But they saying that because they watching my past, not knowing I'm a fella who end up in a situation, and because of frustration, I did what I did and so on, and was a mistake. You understand? But the employer don't want to get the employer don't want to hear you as a change person and so on. Now, I know I could always go somewhere such as work, but what about the people who don't have the mind like me to say, hey, keep pressing on. I'm gonna keep pressing on, boy.
No,
what about that?
The guys who don't have that mindset going back to the block because they go have a family to feed, they go have a girl, they might have a child and they need money. So hence crime is a revolving door.
Correct. So I don't want to hear none of that when they're talking about government this and government that and that. We living in a place where racket run through. Crime not going to stop in Trinidad and Tobago. It not going to stop. All you could do and say all you want to say. All you have to live all your life, right? And all you try to protect all your family. Try to protect all your family because it's not going to stop. That is what I had to say.
Thank you so much. And this call was the call from a guy on the block who lived the life. He admitted to being part of the problem. He admitted to spending time behind bars. He admitted that there are people with the opportunity to secure the prisons, taking money to bring certain things in. And he admitted to coming out and wanting to change his life. But society did not treat easily to that because of his past. He had difficulty in securing a job because of his past. But he persevered to make sure he stay on the straight and narrow, thank God. But what about others who not thinking like him? When society does not give them a space, they're going to create one. Hence the reason why we have so much repeat offenders. Because the only thing they know to do to survive is crime. And I really appreciate that call from the young man from the block. Thank you so much. I keep telling people that our listenership has changed and has changed immensely. We have a following now that reaching the people we want to reach, which is the youth, and they are talking on this platform, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, caller. Caller, you're live. Let's see who's there. Caller, you're live.
Good night, Aisha.
Talk to me, KFC.
On the world. People living on the world, they don't mind the fuck on the world and pay lawyers big money for the case and thing.
So people pay money for what? Sorry?
People paying the lawyers like $100,000, $150,000. You don't know that money like peas or what? You must not forget in jail.
So which means
$500 a pack of cigarettes. So you know that plenty of us having shops and things for prison. Buying
in other words,
buying a bag of kind of thing, all the military and to pay.
So in other words, KFC, you're saying the entire prison system is a hustle. People hustling in the jail. The economy in the jail is different from outside.
Yeah.
So how much a pack of cigarettes is worth in jail? Mind me asking.
I said, I resigned from that place. But a pack of cigarettes in jail $500.
500?
Yeah.
I hope any young man who called us just now with the prison experience could call us back. No, I need to find out these things. Here's why. Thank you, KFC. Listen off here. Because it would make sense to me that people want young men to go to jail. Because if the people entrusted with the responsibility to protect the jail, smuggling cigarettes, alcohol, and weed, knowing the cost of these things are 10 times more in jail than they are outside, then they want people to sell their goods too. It's a supply and demand. Olu, you understand what I'm saying, right? Yes. So when you think about the man who died up in St. Anne's the other day, the cigarette truck driver, who they assassinate and all they stole was cigarettes, you ask yourself, who the hell does rob a cigarette man and thief cigarettes? But let me take this call. Caller, you live.
Good night again.
This is the youth man from the block?
Yeah, ask me. Yeah.
Where's the cost of a pack of cigarettes in the jail?
You can get a pack of cigarette for, let me say, 500, depending on the rates. It is drop and it is go up.
What does it depend on the rates? Or you have a stock market in there, or? What do you mean it depends on the rates?
It just all depends on how much cigarette inside the jail, you know, or how much officer might be charging to bring in, you know.
Okay, so I have another question. And mind me, I mean, you're blowing my mind today, so excuse me. So let's just say you in jail, friend, you have no access to money. How are you affording a $500 pack of cigarette from behind bars? Could you explain me that, Matt?
Well, it's a network, you know. It's a network in the sense, right? Yeah. You make your little calls and thing, and you let your people meet up outside. Whoever meet up, who thing, collect money, or you do a Western Union transfer, or, you know.
Okay.
Simple.
So, in other words, that is why having a device like a cell phone is important in jail, because network had to set up in order to be able to carry out networks.
Yeah, but I want all it to also have in mind, if it doesn't have no contraband, in jail, the jail will be bloody also.
What do you mean by that? Explain, please.
Inmates will be frustrated. Inmates will feel pressured. And you will see unnecessary fights happening, unnecessary stabbing, unnecessary slicing.
So in other words, these things have to continue to keep the jail quiet.
It's a give and take.
Okay.
It's a give and take. You understand?
Wow.
And you don't want the jail to be rowdy.
Wow. I have another question. Is there a market for phone cards in the jail? And if so, how much does a phone card cost with prison currency?
Well, cigarette they sell for phone card. So you sell a cigarette for like $20 phone card. Sometimes cigarette could reach as far as $100 for one cigarette. I know many guys who bought cars, who bought maxis, from inside of prison.
So
because it's a big money making system.
Make me cuss in here. So wait now, you mean to tell me right up the road, men buying maxi from inside the jail for selling one cigarette for $100?
Correct is right.
Wow, this is blowing me away right now. I appreciate your calling and your confidence in chatting with us. I really wanted to find out about this network. So okay, another thing. Besides cigarettes and phone cards, what else is good currency in the jail?
Well, you could do like clothes and things they sell in jail. It have everything that it has in society. You could get it inside the prison. The only thing you cannot get inside the prison is a female to lie down by your side.
So in other words,
if you have the money, you might get a good visit.
A good visit means you might be able to have a lady next to you if you had the money.
Right.
So in other words, anything I could get outside. If I want a TV in my cell, is that possible?
Well, that's kind of going overboard, but
okay.
You could get a nice little laptop if you want,
Okay, but how are charging it? It have no electric ports in the cell?
Well, I wouldn't give the information on that.
Fair enough. But it could be charged, in other words, it could be charged.
It could be charged. I wouldn't give the information on that, but it could be charged,
Interesting. So I could understand now why some men have no problem going back to jail.
That is the thing. Because when you go back inside a day, you could live.
Yeah, you live it.
You don't have to study. You don't have to study about a fella coming to sneak up on you to bust some shots in the night,
You not to study while getting
you could live inside.
I could live.
You could live. So that's why it has so much repeated offenders also. It's just a give and take. It's a whole cycle that cannot be broken. It was already made to be that way. Think of it like titanium or something that will always be there. The cycle of the moon being up there, the sun. It's just like a recurring day now, right? That is how crime is. That is how I see it. This is my opinion. That is how I see it now. So it cannot stop.
Wow. This is something else. Thank you so much, caller. Again, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for sharing this information with us. You're opening our eyes to a lot here today. We have some voice notes. Lisa Marie Olson says, why can't they get cigarettes and phones like normal prisons in Scandinavia? Anthony Noel says, nothing new under the sun. Angela Joseph says, people have 2 and 3 cars on the road from prison. Aisha, where you live in? Let's get a voice note in.
Aisha Wells, well, you want to know the laws for white collar crime? You see the man that get locked up in the income tax or in the tax revenue department? He's the second in command, for trying to defraud the state on his taxes. He have a job on the inside where he collect nearly $2 million or 1 point something million, and he want to account it to the state. Yeah, Aisha, what job he doing on the side to collect that kind of revenue? Accounting the space so good. Because remember, he's second in command in the ministry, you know. That is a white collar. That is the start day. Revenue Authority. You see how it start? That is the bill we just, and we imagine that. We didn't implement the bill yet. Right? It didn't proclaim yet. And check with the government. And things that happen. Well, you ain't seeing that. I shall go enjoy your night.
Let's get this phone call inside. Caller, you live? Caller, you there?
Aisha.
Yes?
You see why crime can never stop? Crime is a money making thing. So all the laws of them go get paid. All the judges of them go get paid. Aisha, well, you know how what they call 50 cents. You come out of jail recently. You come and there. You have about 5 cars when you was in jail. You had the own shop in jail. Wow. TV, everything. Jail is serious, but I will tell them you send them, or let's try and stay away from that place. Because I want to see my best friend, my worst enemy go in jail. Jail is a serious place. It's a nice experience to stay away from. I love this.
Thank you so much, KFC. I am blown away by this young man's revelation this evening. All you will not believe. Let's test some voice notes. Let's get them up. Clear them up. We just have a few more minutes.
I shall I tend to disagree with you. You see the point the young man made? He understood that he made a mistake. You understand? The first thing he admit that he was wrong. He made a mistake. Right? And he pursued. It was hard because you go, and if you now come out, and I send you and you see that and you now come out, very rare people are going to give you a chance. It's going to take a while. They need to see some progress in you before they develop that level of trust. That ain't happening just so. But when you go before the court, Aisha Wells, right? And the magistrate see your age, you ain't reached 25 yet. There are so much government programs. Why the...
Let's take the call. We'll come back to the voice note. Let's take the call. Caller, you there?
Aisha Wells, good night again.
Welcome, Brooklyn.
Aisha Wells, I want to tell Bataria, right? Don't come on the radio and talk nothing white collar crime. When your leader just leave Trinidad and Tobago and go all over the world, and all he could do is make friends with people who give him kickbacks. That is white collar crime, Bataria. You hear, Bataria? When Rowley leave Trinidad and Tobago and go everywhere to make deals by himself and sometimes with Stuart Young for kickbacks, because every time he talk to somebody, it's because when they check it out, they have some kind of charges or they facing some kind of thing because of some kind of money laundering or something. That is white collar crime, Bataria. Bataria, sell me the lease of the land in St. Vincent now, boy. Sell me the lease now, boy. That's all I want. Bataria, please. It will help you on the rent you're owing, Bataria. Leave we let me live, Bataria. And try to tell Rowley we want an election, Bataria. And I will pay rent for you next month. I go and Aisha, we shall save you, the whole team, Robert, everybody. Have a blessed night.
Thank you so much. Antoinette Lewis says, show me your prisons. I will show you your society. Anthony Noel says, the whole system corrupted from the heads come right down. Full stop is yes, it's so. Angela says, Aisha, this is nothing strange what he said. We have more voice notes? Let's take the call quickly. Caller, you live. Caller, you there?
Aisha, can I ask you a favor tonight, please?
Sure.
I want you to do a challenge, right? The challenge is show your birth paper.
What?
And I want Barker the first show your birth paper. And I want Barker the first one to show your birth paper. Barker has been pension and always in Trinidad business boy. Barker go back home now and St. Vincent blow down. Want to get help somebody build back a house. Leave me now boy. Leave me here. You like kind of conversation we having here? Well, leave me now Barker. And I want a workman from a truck. Come on, please, check me now. So walk my truck for me. Enjoy your night, Aisha.
Lord Father, thank you so much. Let's get the voice notes. Let's clear them up. We literally have about...
First time good evening, Miss Aisha. Once again, Aisha, this was my last voicemail note for the night. Aisha, I'm glad I interviewed that young man, that articulate, brilliant young man who's brave enough to come and speak his mind. And Aisha, he's speaking so much facts in the sense of ask the government, whether it be past or present, what they did for the people them who are going into a life of crime. Nothing. From equilibrium time coming to present time, nothing. Me want to hear nothing about education. That is my taxpayers' money for paying for people to get educated. So the government then give them that. So don't talk that rubbish in my head. Right? Health, all them thing, I pay health charge. So don't talk no rubbish in my head. The oil, it belongs to all the citizens for everybody to get basic needs of food, clothing, and shelter at affordable as possible. Now, we get that out the window, Aisha. Aisha, when you're talking about rehabilitation and guiding the young youths into the right direction. Aisha, if the young man said that if he in crime and he have a criminal record, he can't get a job. And that is what's going on with a lot of people. All they pay them, want to get them, take a swimming pool. Yeah, take a community center and go and learn in it. Aisha, that is not a permanent employment. If you be big and done, sir. I have a good government job, I can tell you. And I don't cry for myself, I cry for the people who don't have. I want them to have. And that will always be my issue. So, what I'm saying, Aisha, those same people want to be rehabilitated. Why you give them land for them to plant? So we go have better food stability in this country. I always be talking about that. You're in crime, whatever it is, they can plant acres of marijuana. Plant type substance, sorry. So we track that. Plant type substance. They have energy to do that. But that energy, that means to say that energy to plant food for the nation, to feed the nation. But the government won't give them the land. The government prefer to give the land to some friends or financiers, as you go, for them to make a warehouse to house police service. Right? The police, the highway patrol renting from the state. Yeah, I'm my friends and them get them, yeah, they'll get a contract there, yeah. That is what the government aim and objectives have always been to empower the rich more and have the poor looking for the crumbs at the bottom of the barrel. And I have no apology in saying that. I have always been the right and I've always been on the wall. Because if the government was really about food stability, that would have done be in effect long time people wake up. Because the young people them have the potential to do it. They have it. The government know that. But 60% of our importation bill, that means to say a lot of food, the people will be eating healthy, living longer and so forth, and they'll be buying less snacks. They'll be buying less KFC and all them things. Can't have that. These people they are the people who finance the government. And I shall leave it at that. So we think, put two and two together and realize what is our problem. What is the problem in this country? I will always tell her there, it's them people who on top there is the problem. If we move them people from on top, the country will go better.
Ah boy, it ain't easy. So tonight we started off talking about crime. Whether you felt safe here or would you support a state of emergency, but we ended up talking to someone who walked the road of crime and informed us why things are the way they are. He brought it so clear for us to understand that it is a money-making venture. People are benefited from it. People are living because of it. Men in jail buying assets on the outside while I work in a regular 9 to 5, could barely make ends meet? Why so many young men choose the life of crime? Because it's profitable to them. It's a revolving door. The prison system is set up that way, and according to the young man, just how it is. So while we asking for our liberties to be taken away from us and our freedom of movement to a state of emergency, the criminals are profiting from crime. And he also mentioned, and I don't know if you guys picked this up, if we stop it, there could be more crime. Because according to him, in order for there to be a balance in the system in jail, the men had to have their cigarettes and their alcohol or whatever. If they don't have it, then there could be violence in the prison that could spill on the outside. Again, it is shocking. It is shocking, guys. When I tell you, I am left with so much more questions than answers. Thank you so much for being a part of this evening's show. Until we talk again, be safe. Keep your family safe. I love you guys. Have a blessed one. For those of you wanting to know when is the next episode of Java Singles Balloon Pop Edition, it's going to be on Sunday. The taping is going to be Sunday at Maracas Beach. So stay tuned for more information. I'm out of here. Be safe. Check out Daddy's Maybe tomorrow. Have a good one. Have you heard about Java Island? If you have not heard about Java Island, then I don't know what island you living on. It's your girl Aisha Wells, and you guys have been doing an awesome job with Hot Off the Press. You've been following all our content, you've been interactive, and I really appreciate that. But here's what I need all you to do. I need you to go to YouTube right now and search Hot Off the capital D Press and click the notification bell, like and subscribe, and tell your friends to be part of what's happening. You don't want to miss what's gonna go down on Java Island. And Aisha Wells, I have to laugh. At the time I was on radio, called the police. Some persons with tear gas. Now I want to apologize.
Java is here, and so HODP Network is about to take the energy right up, way up.
Mr. Bartholomew, to yourself and the paternity of Patrice.
With new shows, giveaways, laughter, and vibes.
So basically what happened was, I love
Through the new age of media, with all of our announcers and DJs. Buckle up as we get ready to take you on a ride like never before to Java Island, where new age media comes alive.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you to break. I'm telling you to break. No.
What do you mean no?
It's going to be hot.
That is not your business.
Let me take a break.
Off deep press.
What do you look for?
What
are you looking for?
A woman, like I said, that's not going to be promiscuous, a woman that's going to be consistent, a woman that has a career and things going for herself, because I had the same thing going for myself, as well. I don't need a woman to give me her money or anything. I'm just looking for devotion and some loyalty.
Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays for The Aisha Wells Show on the HODP Network.
Jewel Nails by Olu. Welcome to our salon. We look forward to giving you an experience you'll never forget. Come for your nail treatments. Choose your colors, shape, length, and design. It's all up to you. We look forward to pampering you. We do manicures, pedicures, acrylics, and gel. Call us today at 476-7114 or visit our social media pages, TikTok at Oluseyi Davis, Facebook and IG at Jude Nails _ by Olu.